Shalom, bro. This is Ricardo from GMS London. We want to start by saying all praise Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Double honors unto the apostles of GMS. Okay, and honors out there to the brethren on the highways and byways, decent truth and sincerity. Okay, this video is going to be on the breakdown of Europe, man. Okay, and NATO even. Okay, because a lot of these European nations, man, they're members of NATO. Okay, but right now they're at loggerheads, man. They're divided in opinions, and there's differences between each nation in Europe or in NATO. Okay, in regards to what things should be done right now, in regards of things like what's happening in Ukraine with Russia, okay, in the Middle East and so on and so forth. Okay, mainly to Russia, because that's the big problem. Okay, I mean, I'm gonna start here in the UK. Okay, even just in the British Isles, man. You can see it on the screen here, man. Okay, Scottish independence, yes vote, because there's a referendum going on right now for Scotland to separate from the rest of the UK. Okay, and up until just a couple of days ago, okay, it looked like it was going to be like it wasn't going to happen. Okay, but this article was showing that people in Scotland, more of them are voting yes now. Okay, more people are voting, and the yes vote, the decision to leave England and Ireland and Wales and that is gaining popularity. Okay, because they don't want to be a part of mostly England. Okay, mostly London. Okay, because they're the ones that dictate everything that happens in the UK. Okay, because they're the strength of the UK. Okay, they are the UK pretty much. Okay, and they're fed up being dictated, with their policies and stuff like that. Scotland want to do their own thing, man. Have their own policies, the ones that benefit their people. Okay, in their lands. Okay, because England don't really give a fuck about the surrounding nations, really. Okay, they just make up the numbers for England, man. Okay. But this is all prophesied, man. All this splitting up, and all these debates, and that's all being prophesied, man. The breakdown of the society has been prophesied in the scriptures. Okay, and these are just this is just the evidence that's showing you that, man. Okay, so we're going to quickly read it. See what's going on. Okay, then we're gonna jump into Daniel's second chapter. Okay, because that's where it was written. Okay, Slakia. Okay, this is from the Independent, or independent.co.uk. Okay, it says here, the Yes campaign fighting for Scottish independence took a shock lead in the polls last night, just 11 days before the country's referendum. Okay, so they got about a week left to find out what the results are going to be on all this voted. Okay, and England, the government, David Cameron, Nick Clegg, what's his stupid face, Ed Miliband from the three main parties here in the UK. Okay, they're going about trying to convince the people of Scotland to vote no, so that Scotland can remain in the UK. Okay, and obviously they're trying to scare them, using fear-mongering tactics to get their vote, just like any other time, man. They just manipulate people to get their votes. Okay, so they say or do things that are necessary to get their votes, man. Okay, so that's what's going on right here in the UK right now. Okay, so we'll see in a week's time what the result of all this is going to be. Okay, so there's a fresh YouGov poll when excluding undecided voters, because there's still a lot of undecided voters yet that haven't voted yet. Okay, so it placed the Scottish National Party backed campaign for independence in a 51 to 49 point lead, the first time it is polled ahead. Early in the campaign, Unionists enjoyed a double-digit lead, an advantage which was quickly vanished in the past fortnight. Supporters among the Yes camp were caught between celebrating the result of the poll, commissioned by the Sunday Times, and messages to colleagues to keep their feet on the ground amid the boomerang possibility of the poll waking no voters from any complacency. Alright, see if it's got anything interesting in here. Okay. Well, like I said, you know, the politicians down here in London, man, you know, they're against it. Okay. They'll be going around trying to convince people, right, to say no. So see, Labour, however, seemed unwilling to shoulder the blame, and certainly not former Prime Minister Gordon Brown, who claimed the closeness of the polls was due to dissatisfaction with Conservative policies, which had fueled a feeling among the Scots that breakaway would improve their lives. Okay, that's why the Scots want to do this. So why has it been difficult to win Scottish votes in support of this principle of sharing that most Scots hold dear? He said many are angry at the bedroom tax was imposed upon Scots against their will, while at the same time the very wealthy received tax cuts. So early in the day, the Sunday Times owner, Rupert Murdoch, had seized the contents of the poll. He insisted was reliable in a series of tweets with rarely hidden dislike for the Conservative and Labour leadership intact. He tweeted Scottish independence means huge black eye for the whole political establishment, especially Cameron and Miliband. This will be a shame really unto these politicians, these so-called leaders, man. You know, they lost a part of the land pretty much, man. Because they can't rule right, man. Okay, these people are not made to rule, man. These guys are a bunch of damn idiots. Okay, it'll be a shame under their political career that they failed to hold together their union, their land, man. Okay, so it'll be a shame on them, man. So it's as much pride as anything else. Okay, but yeah, that's pretty much it, man. I thought this article will give up a bit more than that, man. But no, this is the point. Is there, you know, that breaks and splits are happening, man, around the UK, around Europe. Okay, this one is going to go into the EU, and the things happening between the different EU nations and Russia. Okay. Because they had a G20 summit, I believe, up in Wales, you know, discussing certain things, man, about Russia and about, you know, the crisis in the Middle East, man. Okay, which involves Russia too. Okay, because now on the news today, man, they're talking about striking the militants in Syria and Iraq. Okay, but if they go into Syria and do that shit against Assad's will, because it's still his country. Okay, he's not been outed. Okay, if they attack Assad, Russia, who has been helping Assad, okay, can step in that way, man, and prevent the US doing anything further. Okay, we're going to bring an altercation again between the US and Russia and the rest of NATO. Okay, so you know, there's a lot of things happening, man. You know, like we keep saying, man, World War III is just around the corner, man. Okay, everything's bubbling up and everything is boiling up to that point. Okay, but this is an article from HStarInstitution.org. So EU leaders deeply divided on Russia. Okay, you know what? Let's get into. Let's bring out Daniel, man. Okay, this is the dream. Okay, this is the interpretation of the dream that Nebuchadnezzar had, man. Okay. Here is Nebuchadnezzar. Yeah. Right. So this is the dream, and we will tell the interpretation thereof before the king. Thou, O king, art king of kings, for the God of heaven have given thee a kingdom, power, and strength, and glory. And wheresoever the children of men dwell, the beasts of the fields and the fowls of the heaven have he given into thine hand, and have made thee ruler over them all. Thou art the head of gold. Okay, because the dream is about the statue, right? which is basically the prophecy of the subsequent kingdoms that would follow Nebuchadnezzar's kingdom. Okay, and we're in the last stages of that, the last kingdom. Okay, we're gonna read through it. And after thee shall rise another kingdom inferior to thee. Okay, and another third kingdom of brass, which shall bear rule over all the earth. And the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron. For as much as iron breaketh in pieces, and subdueth all things, and as iron that breaketh all these, shall it break in pieces and bruise. Okay, that's talking about the Roman Empire. Okay, which is what we're living in today. But this is the second establishment of it. Okay, and that was the legs. Okay, we're at the feet of this thing now. Okay, it says, and whereas thou sawest the feet and toes, part of potter's clay and part of iron. Okay, the remnants of Rome is still in the system. Okay, but then the different nations that make up Europe and NATO. Okay, they're not all as strong as each other, man. Okay, some of them are strong nations like Germany and England and France and that. Okay, there's strong nations in the EU, but there's like super weak nations in the EU, like Ireland and even financially weak of people like Spain and Italy. Okay, they can't. They're in serious debt, man. Okay, Greece and so on. Okay, so not all of Europe is strong, man. Okay, not all of Rome is strong. Okay, so the kingdom shall be divided. Okay, these kingdoms are divided because there's big differences between all these nations that are part of Europe right now. Big differences, whether it be financially, politically, or militarily. Man, there's big differences. Okay, but they're all being governed from Brussels, man, and they're all being, getting butt fucked basically by the laws and rules that they're passing. Okay, the kingdom shall be divided, but there shall be in it the strength of the iron. For as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with miry clay. Okay, because they're all backed by NATO. Okay, anyone's that's part of NATO, NATO backs them in any war. Okay, Europe is a broken continent, man. But at the same time, those in Europe that are part of NATO, they were backed by a great military power. Okay, because the US also makes up that NATO, man. Okay, which is the beast. Okay, in Revelations. Okay. So, and as the toes of the feet were part of iron and part of clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken. Okay, it's not fully functioning, man. And whereas thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave unto one another. Like I said, man, there's differences, man. Very politically, racially. Okay, there's a lot of racial tension right now amongst nations. Okay, even as iron is not mixed with clay, they can't mix. Okay. It says, and in the days of these kings shall the God of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. Okay, this kingdom is on its last legs, man. Okay, it's on its way out, and the kingdom that's going to be set up after this is the kingdom of heaven. Okay, which is given to his sons, the nation of Israel. Okay, to Yahweh Shai. Okay, because he's the ruler of this new kingdom, man. It says, for as much as thou sawest that the stone was cut out of the mountain without hands, and that it brake in pieces the iron, the clay, the brass, the clay, the silver, and the gold, the great God have made known to the king what shall come to pass hereafter, and the dream is certain, and the interpretation of sure. Okay, so this is what you're seeing right before your eyes, man. All the prior kingdoms have been destroyed already. Okay, they exist in a way that it exists in this current system because, the so-called white man's heavy into witchcrafts and all the mysticism